So Judeo Espanyol basically is the language that I heard by my grandparents first as a kid. And originally they were not talking to me in Judeo-Spanish, they were talking to me in Turkish, and they would talk between themselves in Espanol, in Judeo-Spaniol. And I was very curious of it, and I wanted to learn it, especially when I learned that it was endangered and it was no one my age was speaking it. I went after them and forced them to teach me this language. There are extremely few, if none, families that teach it directly to their children. There are very, very, very few. I have cousins, distant cousins in Israel that kind of understood because they lived with their grandparents a little bit. There are few resources online. I learned more about it. I also learned songs from my grandfather mostly, also from my grandmother. I started listening to more Sephardic music that was published. I have friends who sing Judeo-Spanish songs, Sephardic music. So this way I learned more also about the language. I studied its different orthographies, such as Rashi and Solitreo, the original orthographies, so I could reach and read old books to increase my vocabulary and literature. And I started doing research in the language. So I'm still doing research in the language and also singing sometimes in it. I also teach the language. I have students, and I try to transmit it as much as possible. Whenever I find someone from any culture who is interested in this language, I get very happy that I can transmit anything about it. First of all, I believe music is universal. So, no music belongs to no community. When you produce music, it's for the entire world. And Sephardic music especially, it's a combination of different cultures. It is Jewish music, it's also Ottoman music, it's also Iberian old Spanish music, and it has characteristics of so many cultures within it. I think lately it has become kind of famous. Not only lately, actually for the last maybe 10-15 years, a lot of people has been singing it. There are people from all around the world that come and somehow hear it somewhere, maybe online, maybe through friends, through acquaintances, and they learn about it and they want to study it. And actually I have friends that come from very different cultures and they sing very beautiful Judeo-Spanish songs. I don't know if it's taught as an obligatory course anywhere, but I have heard about courses sometimes in universities. In the Jewish school of Istanbul, in the Jewish school in Istanbul, I heard that they put the optional course of Ladino there. Music in itself incorporates a lot of things. It's not just melody, it is words, it is the feeling that comes with it, it's a culture, and it's a history. So all of it we are transmitting through music. There is no other way of describing it. It's in Español decimos, la música es la alma. You can say that in Judeo-Spanish. I don't think there is just one original. I don't think that the authenticity can be categorized as just this or that. I gave you an example earlier with the song A la una yo nací. For example, we all know the modern version. A la una yo nací, a las dos me engrandecí. I feel that the song is very original and very nice song, and it should be preserved the way it is. But there is an older version, which I think it should be preserved the way Haim Efendi sings with its plaque that we can listen on YouTube. If I'm not wrong, it goes like A la una nací yo, a las dos me bautizaron, a las tres me cosió, alma y vida y corazón, a las cuatro me casaron, me casi con un amor, alma y vida y corazón. You know? So, this is so beautiful. It touches your soul in another way. I'm one of the young people who speak Judeo-Spanish. We should come together and create music. That would be instrumental to the preservation of Sephardic culture and Sephardic music. However, each version of the original songs should also be preserved just the way they are. Yo mambesí esta lengua de mi gran papá y mi gran mamá. Cuando era más chiquitico me fui detrás de ellos con un papel y péndola en la mano y les demandaba: gran papá, ¿cómo se dice esto? Gran mamá, ¿cómo se dice esto? Y les demandaba tantas demandas fina que se secaban la cabeza. Porque las demandaba de conjugar un verbo entero, venir. Como digo, yo vengo, tú vienes, él viene. Ahora en el pasado, yo vine, tú viniste. Yo escribía todo. Y les demandaba. Y después, otra vez, encomiendo. Gran papá se decía: ya basta. Porque siempre demandaba. Como yo era un chico muy curioso, yo era. Y siempre una criatura muy curiosa, se demandaba siempre y me querían besar. ¿Con quién hablo el judeo español? Lo hablo con mis primos. Tengo primos segundos que moran en la Medina, en Israel, que ellos empezaron de su nona y yo les empecé un poco más y entre nosotros hablamos en judeo. ¿Qué más? Con mi gran mamá solo hablo en judeo. Mi gran papá malheuradamente se murió. Y ahí también tengo amigos como académicos, activistas como Brian, que conozco en América, y otra gente. Belguín, aquí tengo una amiga con quien también hablo en judeo español. Hay activistas y interesados de la lengua que vienen y que se empiezan. Y tengo elevos, con ellos seguro, y hablo en judeo español. Aquí la música sefaradí hoy se hizo muy popular. Hay mucha gente que no sabe ni un verbo del español nuestro. Cuando digo español quiero decir ladino, es el español que hablamos nosotros. Esta lengua, hay gente que no sabe ni un verbo, que viene de otras culturas, de otros países, mancebos y viejos, todos, y vienen y cantan en esta lengua. Y tuvo mucha atracción y en la internet, en eventos, en muchos lugares se canta. En Israel ya estoy viendo, por ejemplo, hay lugares que hacen conciertos en judeo español, que a los viejos les place mucho porque ellos es la lengua materna de ellos. ¿Cuál cal guardar cuando estás interpretando la música sefaradí? Trocándolo, ajustando otras influencias. ¿Sí? Esto es la demanda. Ahora, yo estoy pensando que es muy importante preservar la pronunciación, porque la pronunciación te da autenticidad. Si vienes y dices, hija mía, mi querida, esto suena como el español moderno. Esto no lo es, ¿no? Cal preservar, cal guardar la pronunciación. Seguramente pienso que hay unas variaciones. No pienso que cal trocar demasiado, porque cal pensar a qué ritmo y a qué música estas palabras idear is to fit, idean o no idean. Si algunos de vosotros queréis empezar mejor pronunciación, puedes hablar conmigo.